What up, YouTube? All this video footage you're seeing was shot on Easter Sunday, which was March 31st, 2024. And I'm recording this voiceover on the following Thursday. I had a video scheduled to be posted today because if you guys are unaware, I kind of made a goal this year to post a video every Friday at noon. And so far, I've kept up with that. But I had a video edited, uploaded, ready to go. But I decided to hold off on posting that video, which, at a later date, I'll explain my reasonings for that. Um, so I needed something to post today, and the only thing I had was the footage from last Sunday. I decided that I'm going to try carnivore diet for the month of April. Now, I'm kind of don't want to talk about my health goals on YouTube because I look back on other videos like towards the beginning of the year and talking about my health goals, and it just seems like I always fail. But I honestly, I'm kind of fed up with certain aspects of my health life. So I think I finally reached the tipping point that I'm motivated to actually um, achieve these goals. So, and there's so much information out there on what what's healthy. It You pretty much have to experiment with what works for you because everyone's a little different. But I decided to go and try to commit to this carnivore thing just for the month of April. I'm only going to do it for 1 month. And really, I just want to kind of jumpstart losing some weight. And then hopefully, the plan is after the end of this whole carnivore thing that I'll be able to try to just focus on having a healthy lifestyle. And then I won't have to be on any sort of diet or what have you. But so far, it's going pretty good. Um, I'm definitely losing water weight, that's for sure. And I am sleeping really good this week. It seems like since the beginning of the year, my schedule changed a little bit at the beginning of the year, and it seems like I never did get really good deep sleep since my schedule changed. But this week was the first week in a long time that I just got really deep sleep. Like I can go to sleep and just stay asleep for 8 hours. I mean, deep sleep for 8 hours. And like today, I slept for a little over 8 hours and really deep sleep. And I had really long dreams. That was another uh, kind of weird thing. Like I feel like I had like 6 hours worth of dreams last night or today. I worked night shift, but so I'm kind of enjoying that this week. But as far as me trying to be a good steward of my time and be productive with my time, it's horrible. I wake up, the sun's coming down. I don't have time to do anything. My routine was on Thursdays. I try to load up some yard waste because I want to catch up on my yard waste. I haven't really caught up too much, but on Fridays they collect yard waste and they really changed their yard waste rule that really limits how much you can put out. So that's why I've been trying to do that on Thursdays. But like I said, today I got up when the sun went down. So uh, I'm going to just enjoy the sleep this week. And then next week I'm going to try to focus more on having a balance between having sleep and actually being productive. The big project I'm working on right now is the seawall. And I really haven't gotten started. Last week I went out and I got all the wood from Home Depot, which was quite a bit of wood. Um, and I used my boat trailer to haul the wood home, which actually worked out really well. I haven't moved that boat trailer in like probably 2 years. I kept the boat in the canal, so I haven't had to move that boat trailer. But I greased the axles, which they were already pretty much greased. But I pumped more grease in there to, try to displace the water. And then, although I think when I parked it, I did do that to displace the water. I think that's why they were really greased. And I filled up the tires the tires are really dry rotted. If I would haul the boat, I would probably go out and buy new tires. But I figured for the whole lumber thing, it wasn't going to be that heavy compared to how much the boat weighs. And yeah, so I loaded up the trailer with all this pressure treated lumber. I got all ground contact pressure treated lumber. And then I got these screws that my friend recommended to me. They're not stainless steel, but they're supposed to be better. So I'm going to go and kind of redo the video that you watched of me doing the seawall. I'm going to redo some things, do things differently on that video, definitely. I'm using different screws. I'm going to add a lot more fasteners than what I used before. And the biggest change is, if you watch that video and you know what's going on, at the time, Lowe's doesn't sell 2x6 ground contact pressure treated lumber. So I used a 2x8 and I notched it out. You had to watch the video to understand what I'm talking about. But I decided to not do that. I found Home Depot sells ground contact 2x6. So I decided to I'm going to shore up, I guess you can say sister. I've been watching old 64 Goat work on his deck, and I learned a new lumber term, sistering a board. I guess I'm going to use 2x6s to sister up against the 6x6s to kind of shore them up. But yeah, that should be a nice project. My plans are to work on that project just a little bit at a time in the evenings if we don't sleep too long, and then conquer that project that way. We're supposed to have good weather this weekend, but on Fridays I usually catch up on chores, and I got to catch up on my chores this week, like mow the yard and stuff, so I probably won't do the seawall project. I parked the trailer underneath my carport, so it's kind of interrupting my parking situation, but I did that just so the wood doesn't get wet, so the wood stays dry. And I'm just leaving it on. Originally, I was going to take it off all the lumber off the trailer and stack it up under my carport next to my house. That way I can park my cars like I used to. But it's just so much lumber, and I figured it wasn't worth moving unnecessarily. And it's probably easier to work with it off the trailer. Yeah, so that's the big project I'm gearing up for. I am, on the little spare time I have, I am doing an electronics project. It's a strictly hobby-based electronics project. It's just me. I'm kind of designing with the Raspberry Pi Pico. I'm just designing a little handheld, and I'm doing it more as, like, I guess you can say, a palette cleanser project, where I'm doing it to learn more about programming Raspberry Pi Pico, which I've been working on that for the past couple of weeks, and I actually think that that's probably going to be my go-to microcontroller compared to using 18 mega microcontrollers. And I'm doing that project because I want to work on coding. I want to work on hardware design, like using KiCad, get better at that, and also like 3D printing a case. So I figured that project would accomplish all that. And then it's a project that I'm not really that committed to, so I can just put it down whenever. Like I said, I'm only using it in my spare time. And other than that, I pretty much don't have too much going on. That's what's going on in the world of Randall. I was hoping, I ordered one of those HD0 whoops. I was hoping that was going to come in this week, and I was going to make a video on that. But it didn't come, so it should come next week, I would assume. And I've been flying a little more on the FlyLens 85. I'm working on getting it tuned better. I have a project I want to do with that. I actually want to revisit my Cinewhoop project. I need to design a GoPro Hero mount. Oh yeah, that's something I can talk about real quick. I was afraid, so I graduated college. I got my degree, got a bachelor's degree in computer science. And right before I graduated, I reconfirmed my student license for Fusion 360, and I did that thinking that, okay, then I'll have a full year before they're going to ask me to reconfirm. Well, apparently Autodesk and your college, they talk to each other, because as soon as I got my diploma, applied for graduation, got my diploma, I got an email from Autodesk saying that my student license expires. So apparently, and so then I still have access to my student email. So I went to try to renew, and it wouldn't let me renew. So somehow they verify each other. Like Autodesk reaches out to your university to confirm you're a student or not. And yeah, so that was surprising. I got kicked out. So I was really disappointed. So I changed over to the personal license, which is totally free, which they limit how many projects you can have open, which doesn't apply to me at all. But one thing that concerned me was it said it had limited CAM functions. And that concerned me because I use Fusion 360 to generate my G code for my CNC machine. But I went and I needed to, I was out of Questor arms, so I decided to go and cut a full sheet of Questor arms at once. So that's the first time I've done anything like that, like kind of quote unquote big production CNC, to just so I have a ton of spares so I don't have to worry about cutting them again. And the personal version of Fusion 360 does allow me to do everything I need to do to run the CNC machine. So that was really cool. And this is the first time I cut as many arms as I possibly could on a sheet of carbon. And the cost of the carbon plus the cost of the bits that I use, because I use throwaway bits, so I used 2 bits on that project. The price per arm was $2.10, which I didn't think it was going to be that cheap. But yeah, it's that cheap. I'm still flying DJI quads on the weekends. I haven't flown back to my HD0 yet, just because I'm doing something a little different on those arms. I'm actually adding a little TPU protection on them, because I don't know if it's the carbon I buy, and even I super glued the edge of the carbon. It separates real easily. So I wanted to try to put like a TPU cover on it to see if that would help prevent the carbon from separating. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I wanted to post a video because my original plan got altered. But I really like that video I was going to post today. I really like that video. Which, by the way, when I put a lot of effort in the video and I really like a video, it seems like that video gets the least amount of views. So, yeah, I was really excited to post that video. But like I said, I think it's better to hold off on that for a little bit. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.